Have you ever felt attracted to someone you know you shouldn't? It's a feeling that can turn your whole world upside down. My name is Charlie. I'm 37, an economics professor. My life has always been predictable, quiet, even a bit lonely. That is, until a 19-year-old student named Mike walked into my classroom. It wasn't just his looks, it was the way he smiled, the intense focus he had when I spoke, the way his eyes seemed to find mine in a room full of students. He made me feel something I hadn't felt in years, something exciting and alive. But a voice in my head kept screaming, "This is wrong, Charlie. He's your student." It was a line I knew I couldn't and shouldn't cross. I truly love teaching. There is nothing more rewarding than seeing that light bulb moment in a student's eyes when they finally grasp a complex economic theory. My professional life was fulfilling, but my personal life was an empty echo. Then Mike came along. He was bright, charismatic, and always had a thoughtful question after class. He'd often linger, asking about the material, but his gaze felt different. It wasn't just the look of an eager student. He'd compliment my teaching style, my passion for the subject. Each compliment was like a small spark, making me blush, making me feel seen, but also deeply uneasy. I tried to build a wall, to keep our interactions strictly professional. "Let's stick to the syllabus, Mike," I'd say, my voice firmer than I felt. But ignoring the connection that seemed to be crackling between us was becoming harder every day. The confusion was overwhelming. A constant battle in my mind between what I felt and what I knew was right was exhausting. I needed to escape, to clear my head, to forget the pull I felt towards him. So I did what I always do when life gets too complicated. I booked a solo trip. I chose a quiet, remote island, a place where I could be anonymous, just another person reading a book on the beach. I imagined myself disconnected from everything, especially from the intoxicating chaos Mike had brought into my life. But the universe, it seems, has a cruel sense of humor. On my second day there, as I was walking along the shore, I heard a familiar laugh. I turned and my heart stopped. It was Mike, with a group of his friends. The one place I'd run to for escape had brought me right back to the source of my turmoil. Away from the rigid structure of the university, the lines between professor and student blurred instantly. We were no longer in a classroom. We were just two people on an island. He broke away from his friends and walked over. We talked for hours, not about economics, but about life, about our dreams, our fears. He told me about his hopes for the future, and I shared parts of myself I hadn't shared with anyone in years. We laughed so much, a real, freeing kind of laughter. Later that evening, under a sky full of stars, he leaned in. One soft, tentative kiss turned into something more. That night, we spent the night together. I knew every part of it was a mistake, a professional catastrophe waiting to happen. But in that moment, all I wanted was to feel wanted, to feel seen, to feel something real, even if it was fleeting. For that one night, we weren't Professor Charlie and Student Mike. We were just Charlie and Mike. It felt liberating, thrilling, and dangerously real. But reality has a way of crashing back in, doesn't it? When we returned to campus, everything changed. The warm, open Mike from the island was gone. In his place was a stranger. He started avoiding me, his eyes sliding past mine in the hallway as if he didn't even know me. In class, he sat in the back, never raising his hand, never staying after. It was like our time on the island. That night we shared had never happened. I was completely bewildered, and honestly, my heart ached. I replayed every moment, every word, trying to understand what I'd done wrong. Was it all just in my head? The confusion was eating me alive. Then, one afternoon, I got my answer. I was walking past a common area, and I heard his voice. He was with the same friends from the island, laughing loudly. I paused, hidden from view, and my blood ran cold as I heard him say it. He was boasting about how he'd won their bet. The bet was simple. Could he get the lonely professor to fall for him? Could he get me into bed? A few $100s was on the line. Every smile, every compliment, every shared secret, every single touch. It had all been a performance. A cruel, calculated game. The ground fell out from under me. My heart didn't just break, it shattered into a million unrecognizable pieces. The warmth I'd felt from him was just a lie he desold me to win a bet. The humiliation was crushing. I felt like a fool, utterly betrayed. How could I, an economics professor who preached rational decision-making, have been so blind? It was a harsh, brutal lesson. The experience taught me something profound about the walls we build. Those professional and personal boundaries aren't just arbitrary rules. They are there to protect us. I learned that trust is a precious gift, and placing it in the wrong hands can lead to unimaginable pain. Sometimes, a brief moment of what feels like happiness can cost you a lifetime of heartbreak. Life has a way of teaching us our most important lessons in the most painful ways. It taught me to guard my heart, to be wiser, and to understand that some things that feel wonderful in the moment are the most dangerous of all. If you've ever felt lost or hurt by a situation like this, please know you are not alone. It's so important to talk to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a mental health professional. Navigating these painful emotions is hard, and you don't have to do it by yourself. Reaching out for help is a sign of strength. Thank you for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more stories about life's complicated lessons. Take care of yourselves.